You guys about my wrestling career. Started off in preschool. Started wrestling when I was 4 years old. Wrestled for Valley. I assume most of you know where Valley's at. In Biology and Claremont. Wrestled when I started in preschool, excuse me. I wrestled a few tournaments every year from preschool probably up till 4th grade. I'd wrestle a few tournaments every year. Then 5th grade, I started playing basketball and wrestling. So I was doing a little bit less wrestling, but still wrestling. 6th grade, I started first district tournament. I went to districts, which is the qualifying meet for state wrestling. So I wrestled at that for the first time. 7th grade year, I wrestled at districts and qualified for the state tournament for the first time. That was exciting. I went down, lost my first 2 matches, but I was there. It was fun. It was exciting. 8th grade year, we went districts, got 3rd, and qualified for the state tournament again. Won 2 matches, and I lost my next 2 matches. Didn't place in the podium, top 8. But again, it was a good experience. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun while I was there. Then I started high school at Valley. Freshman year, we wrestled at Valley. Had a 30-10 record. Pretty good season. Ended short at sectionals, which is the qualifying meet for districts. Which districts is the qualifying meet for state. Ended it short at sectionals, didn't go on. I got 3rd place that day. Then we combined schools when North and Valley combined. So we came to a much larger, much bigger wrestling team, much more competitive. Whole different atmosphere. The wrestling room was more competitive. Wrestlers had higher spirits. Everyone was always in the mood. Where at Valley, a lot of people would be having downtime. I'll fix this for you, please. Wrestled sophomore year. I wrestled at 138 pounds. 132 pounds. Excuse me. I wrestled at my sophomore year for North Fayette Valley. Got 3rd place at districts. Or 3rd place at sectionals. Again, I did not qualify for the district tournament, but we're for the next year. Junior year, I qualified for districts for the first time. Went to districts. Forgot my poster in the car. I went to districts and got 3rd place. I ended up with a wrestle back for 2nd place, and I lost that match. So I did not qualify for state that year. Senior year went on. I was wrestling at 145 pounds and went through sectionals. Got put on my back in the first round, actually, which almost ended my season early that day. Came back, won the match, got 2nd place at sectionals, went on to districts. Got 2nd place at districts, lost to the same kid I lost to at sectionals. So I had my first qualification for state that day. Went down to the state tournament and wrestled my first match and won. Close match, 9-6, 9-7 maybe. A close match in the first round. And I went on in the 2nd round and lost to the eventual state champ. Then I went on to the next round. After I lost, I went to the back side of the bracket. Lost to the kid that got 4th. So I did not end up placing, but I won a match there, so that was exciting. I finally got there in high school, which was better than what the previous years were. We'll go through some of this stuff here. This is a team camp shirt. Every summer we went to Luther College, if anyone knows that's in Decorah. We went and we wrestled at a team camp. It was a 4-day-long camp. You wrestle all week, all day, every day, pretty much. You guys can pass this around if you want. Look at that. Typical wrestling gear was a wrestling singlet. You'd wear it. It would stretch, very stretchy. You could have all your movements while you were wrestling, which was really kind of an important thing in wrestling. You wanted to be able to move. You wanted to be able to do all your movements, all your moves, and not be restricted by your clothing. Also, they would not be able to grab a hold of it very easy, so it wasn't a problem for people to grab your wrestling gear. This one right here, you guys can start with that. These are just, that's a wrestling singlet from when I wrestled at Valley High School. Here's one from when I wrestled at NFV. That was our normal singlets. And then another one from NFV. This was our, if you made it to the finals in a tournament, you would wrestle in a championship singlet. So that's what this was. You guys can hear that.
Are they comfortable?
They're quite comfortable, actually. You would be surprised when you put one on, but they are very comfortable. These were my wrestling shoes. They're special shoes. Like, hold on. They have a lot of grip on the bottom, so you can get good grip on the mat. So you're able to move around faster, quicker than your opponent. Shoes help a lot for that. These ones are signed by Dan Gable, former college wrestler, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in my eyes. So those shoes are kind of special to me. Headgear. Headgear helps protect from cauliflower ear. This isn't your normal headgear. I had to wear this headgear to specially protect me because I had a problem with concussions and head injuries, so I wear this headgear as protection. The little plate on the front was extra protection for my head when I was wrestling, and then I had the normal cover of the ears. You guys want to look at this? Here's a few. This was just wrestling records and talked about each wrestler. That was from my sophomore season. Talked about that. These are a few newspaper articles and newspaper clippings from my wrestling career that I cut out and put in here. So put them in a scrapbook where they were at.
What is this medal?
Those are just random medals from when I was in Pee Wee wrestling and high school wrestling. Those are my medals from my career. My senior year, I won the Joel Van Sickle Award for a wrestler who never gives up in practice or in a match. So I won that for my team my senior year. And on the back here is my second place all-conference award from my senior year also. Here's our team picture from my senior year. Individual picture of me and then the rest of the team. My sophomore year, I won Most Improved Wrestler. So, guess I improved a little bit from freshman to sophomore year, according to my coaches. Here, my junior year, my sophomore year, I got third place in conference. So I received a Upper Iowa third place conference award for 132 pounds. Here is another pamphlet from my senior year. And then here is our team poster from my senior year. It has all the senior wrestlers on it. Each senior was on there, and then there's me in the corner. My seat, that would have been last year, my senior year.
I'm going to get you up closer.
Talk about some influential people in my wrestling career. Bob Fastbinder. I don't know if any of you know Bob Fastbinder. He was Fastbinder 8 years. Big influence in my wrestling career. He started me off when I was in preschool, when I was a Pee Wee wrestler. He gave me all my building blocks, helped me start out, got me to where I wanted to be by the time I got to junior high. And when I got to junior high, I went to a new coach, Virgil Monroe. He was my high school coach, or my junior high coach, excuse me. He taught me 7th and 8th grade year. He was my brother's high school coach. Then when I got to be a freshman, my freshman year coach was Isaac Freed. He now coaches for Alcater. He was my coach my freshman year. And then we moved up to North when the schools combined, and I had Jacob Peterson and Doug DeMuth, Winston Robbins, and then probably the most influential person in my life, probably my whole entire life actually, is my brother Robbie Kerr. Influenced my whole wrestling career. Whenever I needed someone to pick me up, he always knew. He would shoot me a text whenever I needed someone to talk to or had a bad day in the wrestling mats. He's always keeping up with my tournaments, always paying attention to what was happening in my career. My senior year, he finished college. He wrestled at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. My senior year, he came back to coach me. And he got me through the season pretty well. He was always wrestling with me in practice, always helping me learn new technique. He's always there at Matt's side when I needed somebody. So it was good to always have him alongside when I needed help or a pickup or something. We'll go through the slideshow. Here's a picture of me after a match. This would have been my sophomore year. This was my old headgear. Notice it doesn't have the plate in the front like what I passed around. When I started having head injuries, I started having problems with my head. I got new headgear to protect my head better so I was safer on the mat, not hurt all the time. Here is an example of cauliflower ear. You see the whole ear is swollen. It's not exactly pleasant. It has to be popped and drained in order. It never goes away, but you pop and drain it so it doesn't hurt as much all the time. I don't have it because I always wear headgear in practice even, but a lot of wrestlers that don't wear headgear in practice will get, their whole ear will look like that just from practice. It's very unpleasant.
I noticed that through the years they have made that down to everything better.
Yep, they have gotten better. Well, they didn't always wear the protection on their ears, so a lot of them, old wrestlers used to always have that. Here's just a picture of me warming up. Of course, you can see I sported a mustache in my last year of wrestling. Wrestlers do some interesting things, and all of them have their own fashion statements, I guess you would call them. Some of the wrestlers would wear a mullet. I sported a mustache my senior year. You can't have facial hair. Cutoff is right here, so all this has got to go, all this has to go. So all I was really allowed to have was that little mustache. But I wore it. Here's a picture of me wrestling my junior year at districts to the kid that won districts that year. Ooh, this one. This is a picture from junior high. My junior high career was a lot more wins. My junior high career, I won a lot more tournaments than I did when I eventually moved on to my high school career. This is an interesting one. My freshman year, the wrestlers and the basketball players had a face-off where the wrestlers and basketball players would each wrestle each other, and then we'd add our score, and then we would play basketball against the basketball players, and our combined score would decide who would win. The basketball players edged us out that day. It was not good, but
It was fun.
it was a lot of fun. Here is a picture from my sophomore year. We were conference champs. My junior year, we were also conference champs. We broke the conference record, actually, for points total. My junior year, however, I was sidelined with a concussion. I did not wrestle at districts that year. Here's a live action shot. My mom probably took this one. Good picture, I thought, so I put it on there. Another picture of me warming up. Here is a picture of me, my two little brothers, and 4 of my cousins. At one tournament, we had 7 family members all wrestling in the same tournament. So, of course, we had to get a picture taken because we had so many wrestling that day. There is a picture of me after the last match of my high school career. Not a great picture, but it just shows how important it was to me and how much wrestling can touch your life and change everything. To be honest, I'm not sure what that is. There's a picture of some coaches, I think. There's a picture of me still in tears. That's my older brother, the one who coached alongside me senior year. Always had my back, always picked me up when I needed him. So there he was after my last match, ready to pick me up as soon as I got off the mat. That is all. Does anybody have any questions? Any comments? Anybody need to know more?
Congratulations on that great career.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
It'd be rough and tough.
Yeah.
Did you graduate with that?
I graduated from North, yep. Last year.
My
That be your grandson?
Yes.
Well, I knew him plenty well. When I was, before we combined schools, I wrestled him in junior high several times. And then we combined schools, so we were on the same team. Never got to wrestle him after that. Anybody else? Any questions?
Marge. You know Doug Engel?
No, I do not.
He used to teach up here at North Fayette, and this is his grandma, Marge Kilburn. And Doug now is he head wrestling coach, Marge? Is Doug head wrestling coach at West Delaware?
Oh, I see.
He's got boys in wrestling too.
They have a good team, too.
Yeah. I think
Well-
he's maybe assistant for football or something also.
I guess we don't have any more questions. I guess thank you guys for watching and giving me your time to